Hey, Rigsby here, and in today's episode, I want to talk with you about know, like, trust, and truth. Let's get to it. Welcome to the Fitness Business School podcast, the show for fitness business owners who want to grow their income, increase their impact, and improve their lifestyle. Be sure to listen till the end of this episode because we have a brand new special offer exclusive for listeners. So stay tuned. If you're at all a student of marketing, you've probably heard people talk about know, like, and trust. It's like those things all happen at once in the marketing messages people put out there. And honestly, it doesn't really work that way. But I also think that there's a component that people miss when they talk about this KLT formula. And frankly, I don't know that I understood it for maybe the first decade that I was in business. I kind of just fell for the whole know, like, trust thing and thought that it all happened at once and that kind of relationship should form almost instantly. And so the way that I think about this is that know, like, trust happens sequentially. It happens, now they can overlap, but there's a sequence that this happens. And I also think that there's another piece of the puzzle that most people miss, and it's what I call truth. So I'm going to take you through step by step for know, like, trust, and truth and help you understand how you can weave this into your marketing, and you'll see your success with clients grow. You'll see more people convert. You'll understand where people's objections are and how to overcome them. So let's kind of walk through this step by step. The first part is people have to know you exist. Most people in your market, most people in my market, we're invisible to, right? We are not on their radar. We're not canvassing the entire community like we're running for office with billboards and TV spots and radio spots and ads everywhere. We just don't have the budget for that. And if you're like so many of the people I work with, we're just not in like high traffic real estate too that everybody sees. So most people don't even know we exist. So the first job that we have as business owners is to become mutually visible. We need to be visible to the people that we want to serve, or at least potentially want to serve, and they need to be visible to us. We need to know who they are. And so that comes with defining your target market and then putting out messaging that's attractive to them, that kind of gets them to raise their hand, and maybe they opt in for a lead magnet. For years, I used my Fitness Entrepreneur's Handbook as a lead magnet, and it added tens of thousands of people to my email list. It made them aware of who I was, and if they downloaded the book, now I was aware of who they are. I knew who they were. I had their name, their contact information, and we could start to communicate and see if there might be a way to work together to help them get from where they are to where they want to be. So that's the know stage. There has to be kind of visibility and awareness on both sides. Then the next step, it's like any sort of relationship. Somebody has to know you exist, and then they kind of have to like you, right? Like they need to say, you know what, I like what this person's saying. I like their demeanor. I like their style. I like their approach. And honestly, it's why I write the way that I write. I write kind of like I talk. It's the reason that I do podcasts in the format that I do that may not be quite as polished as other people who are way more eloquent on camera, because like I kind of need you to get the real me, because I don't want it to be a bait and switch. I don't want you to be sitting in front of me at a live meeting or be in my home office strategic planning session or something like that and say, man, this guy's nothing like the person that I saw online. So we need people to like us, because if they like us, then they're going to be open to learning from us. They're going to be open to what we have to share and see if it's a fit for them. So we have know, we have like, and then trust is people need to have some sense of belief that we can actually help them get the outcome that they're looking for. And that's why social proof becomes so much a part of people's marketing, right? They have reviews on Google. If you buy something on Amazon, one of the first things you probably look at are the reviews. You see people selling things online, and there are video testimonials, there are screen grabs and text messages and social media posts. And The trust factor with that, it helps us believe more, have more confidence, and even a hope of certainty that we're making the right choice. That's why referrals are so powerful, because there's trust, but it's also somebody that we already have a relationship, somebody that we see as truth. We know them. So this has to be real, versus seeing some random person that we've never met online saying, well, hey, this gym is the best place ever, or this coach is the best business coach ever. So we have know, like, and trust. And those things happen in sequence, right? Because you need to know who somebody is before you can see any of this stuff. The likability factor, frankly, if you don't connect with somebody, if you don't seem to like just fit with them, you're probably not going to have great results working with them, because it doesn't mean that they have to always tell you what you want to hear, or you become best buddies. But if you don't like the way they approach things, if you don't share similar values or anything like that, it's going to be hard to kind of follow the plan. And then trust, we just talked about. So where's this truth piece come in? Well, I think truth is demonstration. It's real evidence, not circumstantial evidence. The testimonials that we don't really know what it's like. I think of social proof in some ways is like people's social media highlight reel. Maybe it's true, but there's also a pretty good chance that it's the glamour shot version of what's going on. So how do we get truth? Well, do we have real evidence that somebody's who they say they are, that they can actually help? Well, there are two things that I think help a bunch with truth. One is actual tangible proof that somebody's been in business for a while, right? Like if your business has been around for a decade and you've helped countless people, then rent comes due. There's evidence that you've paid your bills. There's evidence that you've done a good enough job that you've stayed in business. So with small business failure rates being as high as they are for businesses not lasting beyond 5 years. You hear numbers as high as 80 to 85% of small businesses don't make it past 5 years. Well, if businesses have been around longer than that, then we've got some evidence that they are who they say they are, because if they weren't, they probably wouldn't be able to pay rent. But more importantly, I think it's just demonstration. I think that letting somebody experience what you have to offer in their own way with limited risk. I'm not saying no risk, because I don't think it's possible to do it with absolutely no risk, because they're risking their time, which is non-renewable. They're risking the fear of embarrassment. They're risking opportunity costs. They could have been using that time or money or effort elsewhere. So we can mitigate the risk, though. We can say, hey, come in for this short-term program, right? This 14-day, 28-day, 6-week thing. We can offer a love it or leave it thing where there's no obligation to stay. We can certainly offer money back guarantees if we choose. We can let people have free samples of what we do. And I would, in fact, caution you against somebody that asks for a big commitment on your part before they've shown evidence, before there's actually been truth, right? Before they've said, okay, come in and experience this and see if it's right for you. And there's a lot of that in our industry, not just, on the business to consumer side. Health clubs did it forever. They'd sign people up for gym memberships that it took like an act of Congress to get out of. They would sign people up for 12, 18, 24-month contracts and have big buyouts or cancellation fees or whatever else. And then in the business coaching world, the place that I operate more of, man, there are non-disparagement clauses that, yeah, hey, you can say nice things about us, but you can't say anything but nice things about us. And so you don't ever get the reality from the people that they're sharing the success stories of. Or people that have big buyouts from contracts, or people that do big paid in full offers before you ever experience a moment of their coaching. I think we see a lot of that, but I think all we want, you or me, All we want is as much certainty as we can get that what we're buying is actually going to be what we hope it is. It's like if you go to a restaurant, you kind of want your meal to look like it's described and like you see the picture of being represented in a menu. Or if you're going to buy a car, well, you test drive it because you want to know how it's going to drive, how it's going to feel or ride. And I think that's what we look for as consumers. So if you can involve some truth in your marketing, you're going to be so much better off. Sure, some people are going to be unwilling to move forward with you because they're not willing to kind of follow the plan that you lay out that you believe can help them get the outcome they want. And that's okay. Achievement isn't for everybody. And so I would rather know that up front. I'd rather know that, hey, this isn't a fit because they're not ready for what we're going to ask of them or what this program asks of them. But I want to know that early on so they can make an informed decision. Because frankly, I don't know about you, but I want informed clients. I want smart clients who want information and want to experience things to make their best decision, not just some desperation-based decision. But you see a lot of people in the fitness world, you see it with a lot of infomercial-esque type things, video sales letters online, that people prey on desperation and they're trying to get you to make your purchase based on limited trust and high levels of desperation. And I think we all do better with truth. So if you want to sell more and attract better people, think about know, like, trust, and truth. But think about it sequentially. Think about building a relationship, not just generating a transaction. Think about making sure that the people you want to reach know who you are. You give them the opportunity to like you. You put yourself out there and you make sure that the version of you they see is real. And then we create trust. We share social proof. We share demonstrations publicly of our knowledge to help, our ability to deliver results. But then finally, we invoke some truth and we say, hey, you know what? Come try it out and see if it's for you. If you stack those four things together in sequence, you're going to see not only your business grow, but the number of your ideal clients in your business multiply time and time again. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Fitness Business School. Before you go, I have a quick announcement. One of the things that we've been doing with our current clients is taking them through this ideal business diagnostic. And really what it is this checklist that allows you to pinpoint exactly what your business needs next so you can keep improving, keep growing, and build a business that you love to own. One that pays you well, one that allows you to have the impact you want to have, and one that allows you to have a lifestyle that you truly enjoy. In this diagnostic, we walk through everything and we do an evaluation and can instantly pinpoint what you need to do next to build that business that you want. I'm going to extend this opportunity to get on with either me or my team and take you through this evaluation and fix your business's most vital needs fast. So if we take you through this, you're going to be able to make those vital changes that you need to finally have what I call your ideal business. If you'd be interested in going through this entirely free, risk-free diagnostic with us and learn what you already have in place, what you're doing well, and where your greatest opportunities for rapid improvement are, just shoot me an email with diagnostic in the subject line to pat@patrigsby.com. Again, an email to pat@patrigsby.com with diagnostic in the subject line will get you scheduled and take you through this evaluation to help you build the business you want.